Alright, let's try this again. Well, we're upside down, but I'm going to leave it that way. Let me zoom it in a little bit. Alright, let me turn it around. Hopefully it doesn't mess up on me. Alright, we're in the right direction. Straighten it out a little bit. Still a bit too far over there. Okay, we're going to go with this. Maybe it's better. Like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. And if you'd like to shop any of the products that I'm showing today or any of your craft needs, you can go to my store, which is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, use this, I had the wrong code there, use the February host code, which is 3XAXUPAB. And that's also in the description of the video today. Goodness, I'm flustered. But it'll be all right. If you need to reach me, you can reach me on my email address, which is creatingwithdebbie179@gmail.com, or you can private message me on Facebook also. All right, let's go through a little bit of housekeeping things here first. Paper pumpkin for February is Sunshine and Smiles, and you have until February 10th to subscribe. And they've also added some dies that you can add on to your paper pumpkin kit this month. And let me get that paper out here. It's our first ever add-on of dies that the paper pumpkin has brought to us. So there's a little frog, and then there's some flower dies here. And those are only $6. But you have to be a paper pumpkin subscriber to be able to get those. So let me show you what they look like. They're really cute. Here's the frog, and then here's the flowers, which I have it upside down. Really cute. I'm looking forward to getting the kit and getting to use them. But it says Sunshine and Smiles, and subscribe by February 10th. Leap for joy with our special peek through cards. And it says, brighten someone's day with a card from this kit. Jump for joy, get everything you need to make unique and radiant cards. This month's kit includes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with special peek-through windows, 9 coordinating envelopes, 1 Mango Melody Stampin' Spot, 1 photopolymer stamp set. And it's kind of a sneak peek here it's showing us. I'm not sure if it's showing up on the camera good. Hi Sharon, glad you're here. I was having technical difficulties. My videos wouldn't be videos unless I had some problems going on, I guess. So I just have to roll with the flow here. Hope you're doing good today. Okay. And then during the month of January and February until February 28th, Stampin' Up! Has got a new sign-on bonus package that they're offering. And you got 3 different options that you can do to join. Number 1, option 1 is you can get the blue boho mini machine. And here she is right here, or he. I'm calling it a little boy. And you can add that onto your kit for $129, but you get to pick out $175 worth of products to go along with that. So that's free shipping also. And then option 2, you can get that same offer, but instead of the boho blue, you can get our original one that's the white machine. And then option 3, if you don't want either one of the machines, you'll only pay $99 and you get to pick out $175 worth of products. So, and this boho blue color is going to be one of our new in colors that's coming out in the new catalog. So it's just kind of a sneak peek for us. And starting today, February 1st, which I didn't say the date, it's Wednesday, February 1st, 2023, Stampin' Up! Has added some more celebration items to our, that we can earn with every $50. And there is one $100 product here. So we've got Kindness Cards Kit, Let's Party Treat Packaging, White Frayed Ribbon, that's a 3/4 inch, Essential Tag Punch, Songbird Builder Punch, Into the Clouds Embossing Folder, Hive 3D Embossing Folder, Loveliest Layers Decorative Masks, and Enjoy the Journey Designer Series Paper. Those are all with a $50 order. And then for the $100 order, you can get the Eden's Garden Bundle. And that was in our annual catalog, so that's a real good product there. I've already got those and love that stamp set and dies. So it just says more to celebrate. And like I said, shop our mini catalog and our celebration catalogs, and even items out of the clearance section, or even out of our annual catalog. As long as it's $50 or $100, you get to pick out of the celebration catalog. So, and the join thing is in the back of that also, and it's showing the little blue boy here. So lots of cool items that you can earn for free. Who doesn't like free? And I love this paper. We're going to be using that paper today. It's the Favorite Flowers Designer Series paper. And some more paper and some stamp sets and lots of choices, plus the new items that are added today. And you can go onto my website and you'll find all those items too. It'll show which ones are new and give you the item numbers and codes that you can order with. So I think that's all the business that I have to go over. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not really real prepared today, so bear with me. The time kind of got away from me. So our first card is going to be this one here. And I'm letting the paper do most of the work, the Designer Series paper. And the paper that we're using on this project is the Dainty Flowers 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. And that's, I think, one of the free ones. Let me see. Pretty sure that was. Where did I do with my catalog now? I've done lost my catalog. Where'd it go? Oh, I set it over there. Dainty Flowers. I think it's one of the new ones. Yes, it's a free item you can get with $50. A pack of Designer Series paper. It's 12 sheets, 2 each of 6 double-sided designs. So we're going to be using that on our first project. And I'm going to be using 2 different stamp sets that I'm going to be getting the sentiments out. It's going to be Always Remembers out of the Peaceful Moments. And then our inside sentiment comes from Through It Together. And we are using You Are Loved Today and Always. So those are our choices for that. So let's get started here. Being I'm a little bit late after having our technical difficulties. But better late than never, I guess. So be sure you like and share the video also. Yeah, Sharon, getting cabin fever with this weather being stuck in, I agree. But I'm just glad that we're able to be home and we don't have to go nowhere. Okay, so where's my instructions at? I misplaced them. Sure enough. Okay, I guess we're going to have to measure as we go. Okay. We're starting out with our thick basic white, and that's just our basic card size. It's 5.5 by 8.5, and then it's scored in the middle at 4 1/4 inches. And we're just going to get our bone folder, and we're going to varnish the edge of that really good. And that's our scrap. All right. We're going to bring that ruler out here, and we're going to measure as we go. We've got this designer series paper, which comes out of that pack, and it's 4 1/8 inches by 5 3/8 inches, and that's going to be our mat. And then we have our designer series paper, which is another one of those, and it measures 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to cut that into 3 different sections. So I'm thinking it was 1 1/4 inch each. So we're bringing out a paper trimmer. I don't know what I did to my instructions. I had them, and I cleaned my desk off, and now I don't have them anymore. We're going to start out at 1 1/4 inches. And then another 1 1/4 inch. And there should be another 1 1/4 inch. Okay, so that's all three at 1 1/4 inch. And so I want to keep them in the same order so that they'll match up. So I don't want to lay them down and mix them up. Hi, Becky. Glad you're here. I had a little technical problem starting out, so I had to restart like 2 or 3 times. So hopefully it's going to go well right now. So we just got started, so you didn't really miss much. These are cut at 1 1/4 inches each. So we're going to layer those onto our Fresh Freesia polka dots paper. And I'm going to start with my outside edges first. I'm thinking I should bring something over here to set these on so I don't get glue all over the place. I got a brand new grid paper that I laid out today. I don't want to mess it up too soon. So let me bring that over here. Keep those in order so I don't mix them up. That's the center, and this is the other side. Yeah, I had problems starting out that my camera view was going portrait instead of horizontal or landscape. So it's giving me fits. So I shut down a couple of times and restarted it, and it finally cleared itself. So I don't know. Technology, who understands it all? How's your weather, Becky? We've been having, I guess, ice storms here. That's what you'd call it. Sleet and freezing rain, and we're still stuck in yet. We're supposed to be kind of over it by tomorrow, late afternoon or something. It's supposed to get warmer, so it should thaw a lot of this. So we've been just stuck inside, just waiting it out. Alright, so our ribbon that we're going to be using is the Open Weave Fresh Freesia. And we're just going to put that along the bottom here. And I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to put a couple strips on each side to hold our ribbon in place. And I'm going to bring that down just a little bit more. I better bring this back over here so I don't stick to my paper. And I'm just going to eyeball where I want this at, just kind of put it across the bottom. And try to get that even, which sometimes can be a challenge. And we'll snip that off. And we're going to go ahead and attach that to the front of our card using our combo glue. This is the glue of my choice that I usually always go for. What's y'all's favorite adhesive? And we're going to place that down on our card front and center it. All right. All right, we're going to set that there for a moment, and then we're going to come in with our sentiments. I don't have my stamps on my blocks yet, so get this out. We're going to do Always Remember, which is right there. And we've got a little scrap here. And I'm just going to use our black Memento ink to stamp that sentiment with. I've got a lot of shadows here. Let me bring my lighting over here a little bit. See if I can get rid of those shadows. Alright, we're going to stamp that on our scrap paper, and I don't like that one. We're going to do another one. Well, third time's a charm, maybe? Not really. Guess I'm not pressing straight down or something. I just don't like those. Maybe it's because I've got too much ink on my stamp. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that. My ink pad might have too much ink on it, and it's still... Well, I'm having a fit of a day. I'm just going to go with that one. Still don't like that, though. Let me get my chamois, and I'm going to clean that off. Maybe that's the problem. This is our Simply Chamois. It works really wonderful for cleaning our stamps off. And all you use in it is just water, so there's no chemicals. All right. Let's try this again. Well, we're going to go with that. And we're using our punch, which is it's called the double oval punch. It's got the little scalloped, and then it's got the plain circle. We're going to use the plain circle one for this. And, well, I think I'm going to go back to this one. So there's that. Always remember. those scraps over there. And then we're going to take a little scrap of our designer series paper that matches our background, and we're going to punch out the oval part with that. And that'll be our little mat that's behind our sentiment oval. I'm just throwing things around on my desk here. I just tossed that across the desk. And add a little bit of glue. Place that down on our scalloped oval. And I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. I've got a brand new sheet of dimensionals here that I'm starting today. I've swept my floor once today, but I'm sure I'll have to do it again later because I seem to miss the garbage can right here beside me. Alright, we're going to place that in our upper right hand corner. And then I'll bring our ribbon back, and I'm going to tie a faux bow. And I want to angle this a little bit more at this corner, which is just a piece of ribbon that's short and is tied over the top of that. And I'm fumble fingers here. So it makes it look like a bow, but it's not really. It's just a little knot. And then for our bloom, we're going to use the pastel pearls. These are in the annual catalog. And I'm going to get my Take Your Pick tool. Hi, Patricia. Thank you. Where are you watching us from? We're in Arkansas. Whereabouts are you? It's fun to find out where everybody is. Okay, I'm going to take the light pink ones here, and I'm going to place 3 of those onto our sentiment label. And 2 at the bottom edge, and then 1 at the top edge on the left. Oh, okay, Arizona. Well, I bet your weather's better than ours. We've been dealing with some ice the last couple of days. And we've got some more coming in later today again. So we've been stuck in the house for a couple of days now. Okay, so there's the front of our card, and we're going to do the inside. And I've got a strip of that same designer series paper, and we're going to put that along our right edge. And I'm not putting another layer of cardstock on the inside. We're just going to stamp on the card itself. So usually we add paper, but this time we're not. All right, so like that. And then we're going to stamp our sentiments, which is "You are loved today and always." Is the one that we're using. Let me just find that. Right up here. And I need to grab a block. Oops, there goes the punch on the floor. Sure glad we're done with it. That was probably loud to your ears. Sorry about that. It's one way to clear the desk off. Alright, I think my ink pad has just got too much ink in it. That's what my problem is here. I might switch my ink pads. Let me clean that off again. And let me try this ink pad instead. I just re-inked them the other day, and I think I might have got too much on them. Yeah, I think that one's better. Alright, make sure we got it going the right direction, not upside down. I have been known to do that. So we're going to kind of stamp this off to the left side of our upper portion. There, that's better. And we're going to switch ink pads here. That one's got too much ink on it. Let's cover that up so we don't stick our fingers in it. So here's our first card. It says, always remember. Let me get rid of our silicone mat. And you are loved today and always. And I've got ink smeared. I need to clean that up later. So that's our first card. All right. So let's go with our second card. All right. And get everything out here. Okay, the paper that we're using is one of the free items that are in the Celebration catalog. And let me show you where that is. I'm loving this paper. It's gorgeous. But it is on page 11 of our Celebration catalog. And you can get that free with a $50 order. So it's beautiful. I'm falling in love with it. I'm going to hate to see it go at the end of the month. But here's all the patterns and the back sides. So it's the front side, back side, and front side, back side, and so on. But we're using this one here, these two, on our card today. And the stamp set is Fragrant Flowers. And you can get that as a bundle with the dies. And that's in the mini catalog. Let me see what page. I'll look real quick here. Fragrant Flowers is on page 21. This is the mini catalog, the new mini catalog. So here's the bundle, the dies and the stamp set. If you buy both together, you save 10%, which the bundle is $48.50. So you could add a bottle of glue or something. There's your free $50 item. So, and then I'm using the Sending Support Celebration stamp set that's also in the Celebration catalog. We're using the sentiment out of there for the inside. So, but here's the card. Here's the front. It says friend. And then on the inside it says here for you always. So let's get started on that. Move some things out of my way here. Be sure that you like and share the video when you come on. That helps give me more viewers. I'd appreciate that. Facebook likes when we do that, I guess. I don't know. It helps our analytics or something like that. So we're starting out with, do I have instructions on this one? I might have. I did, okay. Calypso Coral is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and that's scored at 5 1/2 inches. And we're just going to burnish that edge. And then our Designer Series paper is 3 inches by 5 inches. And here's the back side. We're using the back side of that too. That's one layer. And then we've got that back side that we've cut at, I didn't put the measurement down. Okay, that's 2 inches by 4 inches. And then I've already die cut our basic weight. No, I didn't. We don't have to die cut. Well, I'm behind myself here. So we're going to bring out our new boho machine. And we're going to do some die cutting with him. And we'll show you how these things work. So you'll get everything you'll need with your boho machine. You'll get your plates that you all need and your cutting plates. So we're going to be using sometimes they say to use the number 1 plate, but I've found that using the number 3 plate works a little bit better. But we're going to try the number 1 and see how it does today. So we're going to use number 1 and then 2 cutting plates, which are our number 2s. See, there's a brand new Prestige plates today that we're using, so how exciting. Let me cut this paper down so it'll fit through our machine. I think it's like a 3-inch clearance that it has. So it's real handy to keep at your desk. And remember, you can get this in your starter kit through the end of February now. It's hard to believe it's February. I just stop and think, what month is it? So we're going to place that down. Place our, let me get over here in camera view a little bit better. Place our top plate on there. And we're going to run that through. And that creaking and all that is normal. Alright. Let me make some space here. We're going to set that aside for a minute. I think we have to cut out our flowers yet, so we'll just leave that there for a minute. So here we've cut this side of our basic white using the, they're the stitch rectangles dies. I'm going to be placing things over here and losing things, watch me. More than likely. Okay, so with this smaller one that we had, we're going to die cut that too using one of those stitched rectangles also. So let's bring our machine back over here, our boho boy. I need to think of a name for him because I call the white one, I call her my baby boss. So I guess this could be baby blue boss. I don't know. May have to find a better name. We're going to place that on top of that designer series paper, and we're going to run that through. And I'm not really getting a good view of it, so maybe if I turn it sideways. Alright, got that cut. And here's our finished product. So, and while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and die cut our flowers out too. So I need to get my die for that. Love this paper because the dies cut out certain ones. Like this one it cuts out. And then there's another one that it cuts out. I think it's a single flower. And I'm going to grab some washi tape to hold that in place so it doesn't move on me. And bring our plate back over here and we'll send her back through again. And I think that's all the die cutting. No, we got one more. We're gonna die cut the sentiment. Alright, we're not going in there, right? Sometimes you gotta stagger them a little bit. There we go. And I think my die moved, but it's too late now. Hopefully it's for the best. My washi tape let go on me, so I'm hoping it still cut it okay. Yeah, we're okay. So isn't that pretty? I love that flower. Get my arm out of the way here so you can see. And I'm going to set that over here for just a minute. So there's our flower. And we're going to take a little scrap of that white and we're going to stamp our friend. Stampin Up, which is right here. And I need to bring, what did I do with my, I'm losing things. I'm losing my head. Alright, we're going to clean this one off so we use this a block. And I'm going to use Evening Evergreen for our ink of choice. And I'm going to ink up our friend stamp and just stamp it right there. Doesn't matter if it's straight or not because we're going to be die cutting that out with a die cut. And it has different ones. It's got a small one and that one, and then a bigger one. So we're going to use this middle-sized one. Bring our boho over here. And we're going to die cut our friend out and get it lined up there. And I think I'm going to grab some washi tape to make sure it doesn't move on me. And I think that's all the stamping on the outside we have to do. Well, no, we've got some other stamping yet to do, but no more die cutting on the outside anyway. Set up plates over here. And here's our friend label. Washi tape. Alright, so now we're going to bring our stitched rectangle, our basic white, and we're going to do some stamping on there, but I need to get a scrap paper underneath here so I don't make a mess. This will work. And I want the little stamp that has those little squares. And let me clean this off so I can change out my block. Alright, we're going to use our Evening Evergreen ink pad. And we're going to stamp some squares. And each corner here, each corner, or the two corners, I should say. Alright. Set up so I don't get my hands in it. And then we're going to start assembling our card. We're going to bring back our card base. And I want designer series layer, and I'm going to figure out which way I want that. I think that way is good. Bring over our glue. I'm going to turn this sideways so I can see where I'm putting it at. And then the next layer will be a white rectangle. And that's going to go over the designer series paper, and then I'm keeping the same border on the one side as this side has. And then we've got our stitched rectangle from our other designer's paper, and that's going to go right there. Still got a lot of shadows in my lighting. Must be because it's kind of a day it is. It's cloudy, overcast. At least we're not getting any rain or ice right now, so that's a plus. Okay, I'm going to put my lid back on my glue for a moment, and we're going to bring over our dimensionals again, and I'm going to need my mini dimensionals also for the small label. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to do my dimensionals, so we're going to put some on the back of our flower. I want to make sure I get enough on there that it's not going to sink in the middle or anything, so use your dimensionals sparingly, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Don't be afraid to use a few of them. Because I know where you can get some more. You can just go to my store and buy some more. Alright. So I'm going to take those all off with my Take Your Pick tool. You don't have fingernails, this works wonderful. I just throw them in the trash. Alright, so let's kind of figure how I want to place this. And maybe a little bit this way. You want to make sure you don't have anything hanging over the edges so it won't go into your envelopes, so kind of be mindful of that. So we're going to bring in our mini dimensionals, and we're going to place a couple of those on the back of our friend label. And pop those off. We're going to place that right in the bottom center of our other designer series paper. And there we go with that. And then I've got for our bling, we're going to use the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And I think I'm going to use the larger ones. So I'm going to put one here. And maybe one there. And one more. Oops. Oops, I lost that one. Well, I want to stick to my desk here. Alright, where should we put this one at? Maybe right here. Alright, so here's the outside of our card. It says friend. And on the inside, we're going to use a smaller basic white for the inside of our card. And that measures 2 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. Now, if you cut your paper this size, you'll get 8 from one sheet of cardstock, 11 by, or 8.5 by 11.5 paper. You'll get 8 from that instead of only 4 with the regular basic size. I kind of been switching off. I kind of like the smaller, especially if you don't want to write a lot. It doesn't. You don't have to have a lot of space to write, so works good for me sometimes. It's hard to know what to say sometimes on the inside of our cards. So I'm going to take those same squares, and I'm going to ink them up again. I think I just did the bottom corner, yeah. And I'm going to stamp that, the bottom right corner. And our sentiment is going to be here for you always. And that comes from the Sending Support out of the Celebration stamp set. And it's this one right here. See if I can't reach another block here. There we go. Instead of cleaning that one off. I ran out of time this morning, so I didn't really get my stamps on the blocks like I was supposed to. So I hope you'll bear with me today. Ooh, that one's really got a lot. I'm going to stamp that up in the upper left-hand corner. And then we'll go ahead and glue that to the inside of our card. A lot better day than today to spend crafting is what I say. Has everybody been able to get into the craft room this week at all? We've got Valentine's Day coming up in a couple of weeks now already. Do you have your Valentine cards done yet? Thank you, Becky and Patricia. Yeah, Becky, plate number 3. That's what I usually do. But it's the first time I used the bow hole machine, so I thought I'd try it the correct way, but I think I like the plate number 3 better too. Okay. So here's our second card, friend. And here for you always. So hope you like that. It's a little bit different that I usually do. So I enjoyed that. All right, let me clean up my mess here a little bit, get some things out of my way. And let me close up my ink pads so I don't accidentally stick my arms in it. All right, so moving right along here. This is our third card. And I thought I wrote instructions, didn't I? No? What did I do with them? Let me just bring everything out here. I don't know how I'm losing my instructions today. I know I did it. But where did I put them? I cleaned up and now I can't find them. Well, if that don't beat all. We need our pad over here for one. Well, we're just gonna measure as we go, I guess. I can't find them. With the mess on my desk, that's understandable. Okay, so this is another stamp set that's in our celebration. It's called Beautifully Happy. There's no dies to it, just a stamp set. And then the paper that I'm using is from the Dainty Flowers, which is also in the celebration brochure that you can get both free. I think each one is with $50. So, ooh, got a frog in my throat. Don't know where he came from. Okay, so we're going to start with Blushing Bride is our card base. Let me set her over there. Blushing Bride is our card base, which is 11 inches by 4 1/4 inches, and then it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So we're going to burnish that edge. And I know I wrote these instructions down, but I don't know where they went to. So we're going to bring our ruler over here and we're going to measure as we go. So we've got gray granite. Or is that Smoky Slate? This is Smoky Slate. And it's 4 1/8 inch by 5 3/8 inch. And you can find all these measurements on my blog later today. I'll be putting all these on my blog. So if you want the measurements and don't catch them as I'm going, you can go back to my blog and get them. Plus all the supply list. And then we have Designer Series paper, which is 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8 inches. And that's going to go right onto our gray mat. And then I've die cut the gray and the basic white using the stitched rectangles dies. And I'm using these two out of the stitched rectangles. I've already die cut those ahead of time so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me. That can be painful sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and start assembling. We're going to go ahead and glue these down to our card base first. So we'll glue the Designer Series paper down to our gray mat. I just designed this card this morning, so that's probably the reason I was a little behind this morning, wasn't getting my work done like I was supposed to. I had another one in mind to do, but it was a fun fold window card, and I figured it'd take a little longer, so I might put that on the back burner for next week, so, which is really pretty too, but it takes a little more time to put it together, so I may only have 2 cards next week, depending on my time with it. So we're going to place this down on our card front. And thank you, Becky. Tricia's working on her Valentine's. Yeah, I've got a few done. Sharon made 2 cards yesterday. Just have to finish the inside and envelope. Yeah, we got to make sure we decorate our envelopes. I didn't bring any envelopes out here this morning with me to do, but I'll do them later. I promise. Okay, so we're going to glue this down too, and we're going to work on our stamping on our basic weight. We don't want to send just plain envelopes. We need to decorate them a little bit too. Just makes you a little happier when you open that mailbox and see something pretty sitting there waiting for you. All right, is that even? Looks pretty even to me. We're going to attach that. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to do our stamping. And I'm going to bring my scrap paper underneath there in case I go off the layer here. Oh, there's my instructions. I had them over here inside my stamp set. See? I knew I had them. Well, I don't need it now. All right. So we're going to use our stamps, and I'm going to use our basic gray ink. I think I'm going to cushion this a little bit because we're using photopolymer, so it needs a little cushion under it. I'm going to stamp with the basic gray instead of using black. It's a little softer, not as stark. So we're going to ink up our outline of our flower. And I'm going to position that. I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment first because I didn't do that the first time, and that kind of didn't leave enough room, so we're going to do that. It's called For a Feeling Better Kind of Day. Oh, that's the inside. So what did I do with that? Oh, it's in my Stamparatus, which is right here. So let's use the Stamparatus again too. I did on my card just to make sure I got a good impression. So I always like to lay a stamp case underneath my lid. And I've already marked where I want to put my cardstock, so it'll save us a little time. And that way if it moves, I know where to put it. So we're going to ink up our sentiment of sending happy thoughts. And I think that's pretty good right there. We're going to leave that as is. And get rid of our Stamparatus. Reach that over there. Now we're going to bring this back over here and stamp our flower. Ink that up and position that so we don't cover up our sentiment at all. And we're kind of going off the edge a little bit, but that's okay. And then I've got a bumblebee that we're going to stamp using the same gray ink pad. Just going to stamp him up in the corner. Oh, he went off a little bit. Can I match him up? Ooh, we made a mess out of him. Well, there's one way to fix that. We're going to stamp him all by himself, and then we're going to fussy cut him out and paste him over the top of it. And so, there. We'll let him dry for a little bit, and we'll come back to him. We'll close up our gray, basic gray ink. And we're going to do the flowers using Blushing Bride. And this is one of our old stamp cases, which I had a few. I didn't want to change them all out to the new ones because they're still good yet. So I'll just use them the way they are until I have to replace them. And that looks awful dark. Let's see. Yeah, we need to get our spoon, which I just had a minute ago. My desk is such a mess, you wouldn't believe it. I'm going to take a plastic spoon and I'm going to move my ink out to the outer edges because it's, for some reason, it's got too much ink on it or something. I don't remember adding ink to this. It's been a while, but maybe because I hadn't used it in a while, it kind of all settled in the middle. Alright. So let's stamp that off a few times and get rid of that ink. And now we'll try it and see what it looks like. Alright, so this is going to match up to our impression here. So I'm going to get my head in the camera view. So we're going to just line it up with our image. And with the photopolymer, you can see through, so you can see where you are. So, and it doesn't have to be exact. So there we are. And then we're going to come back in with our evening evergreen, and we're going to do our leaves. Yeah, let's do the leaves next. I was going to switch it up here, but we'll just keep with the program here. Cookie's having fits. And the same with this, we're going to line it up. And this will get lighter as it sits. We kind of went over a little bit there, but that's all right. We don't have to be perfect. And then we've got our other leaves, which I put down here, are right here. And we're going to use our evening evergreen for those. And it's just all lining up everything, making sure everything's straight here. Yeah, Sharon, if you want perfect, you go to Hallmark. Thank you, Becky. I'm glad you like the colors. And we're going to use Daffodil Delight as the center of our flower. And I like this stamp set because there's no coloring at all. I guess the only thing I'm going to use my Stampin' blends on is going to be our Bumblebee. Otherwise, we've got the stamp that fills in all the color, which makes it easy. Alright, so that's all we're doing on that. We're going to go ahead and color in our Bumblebee, and we're going to fussy cut him out. So I'm going to use the light and dark Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to start with the dark. And we're just going to color our body with the dark, and then we're going to do the light daffodil for the wings. And then when I'm finished, I'm going to add some Wink of Stella to them to bling them up a little bit, give them a little shine. Alright, let's close up these ink pads. And we'll do some fussy cutting. And let's scissors. And it doesn't have to be precise. We're just going to cut out the outline of the bumblebee. So even when you make mistakes in stamping, there's always usually a way to fix it. So don't throw it away. Just improvise. Do something like this. Cut them out and put them on the front of your card. In fact, I could pop them up on a dimensional. I think I might do that. Chop off that edge there. And then I'm going to grab me a small dimensional and put on the back of that bee. It's almost too big for him, but just right. Okay, he's all better. And now we can place him right over that other one. It kind of gives him a little bit of a shadow underneath there, which is kind of cool. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Okay, close up this ink pad. Okay, so now we're going to add some bling and some twine, which is, oops, there's my bow I already did ahead of time. Our Baker's Twine Essentials pack is a 5-pack. You get 5 different colors. You can tell that I've used quite a bit of black. I'm going to have to order some more black. I just ordered the whole pack. It's got an assortment of colors with it. So we're going to take this and we're going to take our Stampin' Seal and we're going to attach our twine on the back. So I'll run a couple of strips there to hold it. And I'm going to wrap it around twice. So I'm going to start at this side and attach that there and come around. There, and we're going to snip that off. And it looks like we're fairly straight. I'm just going to go ahead and attach that to the front of our card. And then we're going to add a bow to that I've already tied ahead of time. As you know, I can't tie a bow on camera, no matter how hard I try. I don't know what it is. Everybody's watching, I guess. Puts in all that fear. Okay, and we're going to center that on the front of our other rectangle, the gray. Alright, and where's my bow? Here's my bow that I've done ahead of time. And I've got a double bow. And we're going to use our glue dots, mini glue dots. And I sure wish they'd change these back to the old way. I unrolled mine and rolled them back on the circle thingy that holds them. But I wish they'd come back with them the way they're supposed to be instead of the new way. I've heard that they're supposed to, but not sure when. I know a lot of people are complaining about them being this way because they're hard to get off of there. We're stuck with our old ways, and teaching a new dog new tricks doesn't work. Okay, so let me position him onto our card. And then I'm going to bring my Wink of Stella, and I'm going to put a little bit of bling on the center of our flower and on that bumblebee. It kind of brightens up his colors a little bit. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. And then we've got some polished dots that we're going to use as our embellishment. And it has the, I'm not sure what color that is. But then it's got the clear and then the colored. We're going to use the clear ones, and I'm using the smallest ones. And one there. And maybe 2 right here. Okay, so here's the outside of our card. And the inside, I have lost the inside portion. What did I do with it? Okay, right here. The inside is just our basic size, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then I've got a strip of the Designer Series paper that's a 1/2 inch by 4 inches. And we're going to stamp our sentiment first. In case I mess it up, I can turn my card over. So, let me just double check what we put on the inside so I don't mess that up. Okay, for a feeling kind of better day. And I'm going to use our basic gray ink pad to stamp that with. And we're just going to stamp that right in the middle. Okay, and then I'm going to bring our bumblebee back over here, and I'm going to stamp him up in the upper corner. I'm chopping off one of his wings, but I'm going to leave it as is. Maybe nobody will notice. Or let's turn it over. I don't like that. Let's stamp him first. I don't know why I'm not catching his wing. Alright, there he's better. Now let's stamp that sentiment again. It could have been a little bit darker, but that's okay. And we'll attach our strip here. I'm not sure if I really like that. I'm going to go with this side. Nobody's going to notice that wing being missing. Hopefully not. And we're just going to do a small edge along the bottom. And we'll glue that to the inside of our card. And get that centered. Okay, and let's bring our light and dark daffodil to light Stampin' Blends back out here, and we'll color him in a little bit. And the light to do his wings. Okay, so here's our third card. Let me find the lid to my glue here. Well, that's easier said than done. It's in the mess here somewhere. Oh, here it is right in front of me. And let me clear off some of my junk here. So here's the outside. And then our inside of our card. So it says, sending happy thoughts for a feeling better kind of day. So there's our third card, our second card, and our first card. Let me make sure those are in camera view good. It's going to take me a while to clean up my area here today. I've got a big mess. So there's our 3 cards for today. I will be back next week, which will be February 8th. Oh, I didn't even turn my calendar yet. Yeah, February 8th at 1 o'clock Central Time again. And I know we're going to have one fun fold card, which is a window card. And I'm hoping to have 2 other ones to go along with it, but it all depends on how long that one card takes. It's a little more intense and everything, more things that got to be done with it, so it might take a little longer. But if it doesn't take too long, I might squeeze in 3 cards. Otherwise, it'll only be the 2. But we'll wait and see. I'll have a third ready just in case, and we'll see how our time looks. So I want to thank you all for being here today. Try to get some crafting time in today. No better day to be stuck in the house and get to work on cards is what I say. But I'm glad you're here with me today, and be sure you like and share the video if you hadn't done it already. Yeah, Sharon, I can't get used to the new mini glue dots either. They need to change them back. A lot of people are complaining about them. Okay, thanks. Glad you liked them. So Patricia and Becky, glad you're here today too, and Sharon and whoever else I might have missed. Hope you'll be able to come back again next week, same time, same channel. And until then, have a wonderful week. Bye.